thanks for joining me for another video. I'm going on a wee adventure tomorrow up to the northwest of Scotland once again, and I'm going to be going away for 2 nights and 1 day's walking, and I'll run through with you the kit that I'm going to take. It's the middle of April at the moment here in Scotland, and we're just right at the end of winter and into spring. It's kind of quite wintry still on the summits. Some snow and ice still around, although it's been thawing this week, so there isn't so much of it. The forecast for the days that I'm away is pretty good. It's not going to be overly clear skies, but there isn't going to be too much rain. It might be a wee bit misty, and the wind has to be moderate or light, so fairly good conditions. I'm mostly taking with me kind of my spring kit, spring autumn kit, not into summer but equally not back into winter at the moment. So I'll run through with you some of the decisions I've got to make. A lot of the kit I've used in previous trips, if you've seen my previous videos, but I'll talk you through a few things. So as I say, there is still snow and ice around. It's been thawing all week, and so it's a wee bit unclear at the moment how much snow and ice there will be. As ever, I will probably err on the side of caution. So I would like to wear, I'm really keen to get back into wearing my trail runners. I would like to wear them along with a wee pair of micro spikes if needed. But in reality, I think what I'm going to do is probably wear these. These are kind of 3-season leather boots. They're not my big winter boots, which I'm really keen not to wear. They're, quite heavy and stiff. So I think these will be a compromise. They're still quite comfortable for walking long distances, even though they're reasonably heavy. And those boots there will let me take a full crampon. So you can see that's a full crampon. So those boots let me wear them, which will be the safest option. So I'll probably do that, but I'll make that decision tomorrow. I will definitely take an ice axe, but most likely I'll just take this. This is a really light, I think 200 grams ice axe. I think the lightest ice axe on the market. So I'll probably just take that rather than the slightly heavier steel ice axe. I'm not expecting to use it, so it will stay on my pack the whole time, but I should definitely take it with me just in case. So that's footwear. Everything else really is fairly straightforward decisions. If you saw my last video, my pack is away getting repaired. So I have this one instead. It's the Exped Lightning 45. So 45 litres is fine for this time of year. So I'll use that pack. It's relatively new, so we'll see how I get on with that. I'll be taking my, again in my last video I was using my freestanding tent. I'm not using that anymore. I'll be taking my lighter shelter. This is a pyramid tent. Yeah, just lighter. I don't need it to be freestanding. I'm not going to be pitching on snow or ice. It's not going to be particularly windy. So this is fine, and this is bigger, it's taller, it's got more room inside, so it's more comfortable, and it's significantly lighter, about a kilo lighter. So back to using this tent, which is good. Not onto the summer tent though. The summer tent wouldn't be ready for that. I am going to use a quilt. I've been toying with getting a quilt, so I've got a quilt to use, so I'll be using that pretty much for the first time. I've seen quite a lot of guys, Andy Beavers, if you follow him, and Robin Wallace, they've both been using a quilt, so I've been keen to try it for a while. I've been sceptical, but Andy in particular seems to have got on very well with it, so kind of following his lead, I'm going to give it a shot. So we'll see how that goes. So that'll be a wee bit different. The other stuff pretty much the same, just insulated air mat to sleep on, a pillow, a couple of closed cell foam mats in case the insulated mat fails, and the rest is very standard. I've got a toilet, trowel, a first aid kit, I've got a small stove and fuel, I've got in here a Gore-Tex jacket, a fleece, some clothes for night. I will still take a few more clothes for night time, so I've got a down jacket in here and a t-shirt. So I will take them. I wouldn't always take them, but I will take them because, you know, it's going to get down to probably 3-4 degrees overnight, somewhere around that. Standard in here, I've got my compass and my map, and my garment in the back. I've got some snacks, a wee cup, let me drink from streams, and my GoPro in my chest pouch, so that all sits up there. I've got a bag of food, and then standard clothes. I'll be wearing my walking trousers. These are a wee bit of a different pair, they're windproof. So yeah, just in 3 seasons wear them instead of my standard walking trousers, but they're still lightweight, a windproof and a kind of woolen mix base layer. So yeah, I'll put a lighter pack link if you're really interested and want to see the kit list, then you can follow the lighter pack link. I'll make some of the decisions tomorrow and you'll see what I decide on once I'm actually out on the trip. Thanks for joining me. Probably won't get too many nice walk-bys at the start of this walk. I think sunset's in about half an hour, so I'm trying to walk quickly and make some progress. There's some wee lochans up ahead that I would like to get to and pitch up there, so I don't have too much time. We'll see how I go, and I can pitch in the dark if I need to. So I did end up having to pitch the tent in the dark, and so not really too much filming. It's probably the rockiest pitch I've ever had. I don't think it's going to be too comfy, but it is in a very good location. So in the morning I'm hoping that the view will be fantastic. There's a lovely lochan and a corrie there. I'm at Corrie Lair, which is in the Coulin Forest. So hopefully it'll be worth it in the morning. But for now, I think it's relatively late. It's 10:15, so I'm just cooking up some dinner, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I'm not really doing any other filming tonight. Right, let's see what's our morning we've got today. fantastic place to wake up and have morning coffee, sitting beside this wee lochan. You can see it's really still. It's a wee bit hazy, but it's actually blue sky. The camera might not pick up. Fantastic. The summit of the first Munro. There's the wee lochan that I camped at last night. That's the hills I'll be doing later. But the real view is over here to Loch Torridon, Liath, Beinn behind it, and then Beinn in the cloud. Village, Beinn in the background, Liath in the foreground, and then Beinn over there. Absolutely brilliant view. You can probably see behind me, unless I'm blocking the view, you can probably see just there is the second Munro, and it's taken me quite a few hours to work my way around to this one. You have to drop down to about 200 metres and then come back up, so it's quite hard work. It's just after 3 in the afternoon, so I'm going to work my way up this one and then come back down and pitch the tent. I've been able to leave my tent and crampons down at the bottom. I could see the path from the second Munro that there was no snow, so that's been quite good. So take a wee break and then press on. Got a really good path here, which is making it easier. The views from up here are amazing. You can see right down Torridon and the Torridon Hills. Just a fantastic view. I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes and I should probably go down fairly soon and start getting the tent up, but don't want to leave when it's like this. I'll take you a walk round and you can see the views. I'm sheltering out the wind a wee bit here, but I'll take you a walk round and you can see that the rest of the views are just fantastic as well. There's the hexpeak all set up. Pretty good view onto the wee lochin from the front door. I'll show you inside. So here's the sleep setup they've got. I'm using a Enlightened Equipment quilt. I think I said that I'd just recently got that. And then I've got a silk kind of liner, a pillow, a single closed cell foam mat, and then an air mat, which is the Neo Air X Lite. So it's definitely comfortable from using it last night. We'll see how it is tonight. It's been raining all night, but I can hear the rain's now gone off, so let's see what sort of day we have today. Leave no trace as always. Just the dry bit of grass, the only dry bit of grass. Hope you enjoyed watching that video from my trip up in the Coulin Forest. It was a really good trip, I really enjoyed it. It was really just a longish day walk, and I attached on an overnight camp at the beginning and at the end. But that really transformed what would have been a good day walk, a fairly tiring one, into a wee kind of mini adventure, and it was really enjoyable just being out overnight. Changes things. Two really good camps, quite good campsites, not the best, not the flattest ground, but the location next to the two wee lochans was lovely. Waking up both mornings, and you'll see that in the second morning, in spite of it raining all night, the weather kind of cleared up a bit, and I was able to sit outside in the morning. So really lucky on that trip. The views were fantastic. I kept kind of bringing you back to the view down into Torridon, which was just amazing. So you know, the cloud was kind of hovering on some of the tops, but it seemed to clear as I moved closer to the top. It would clear, and I got the view when I was there. So I was really fortunate with the weather. And it was a really enjoyable trip. It's a beautiful area, really nice, and I think it wasn't the longest. I think it was 26 kilometres and something like 1800 metres ascent. I can't remember exactly, but not too much, certainly not over effectively 3 days really. It really wasn't much at all, so that was quite nice compared to some of the trips I do that are that bit longer. I'm pushing myself a bit more. That one was a bit more relaxed, although I did find the day walk, it was still fairly tiring because you have to drop down fairly low. But overall, it was a good trip. A really good trip. In terms of the kit that I took, there wasn't really too many decisions, so not much really to report on there. I went with the leather boots. I met a guy coming off the hill just at the start of the walk, and I said to him, "Did you need crampons?" And he said no, but he'd only done one of the three that I was going to do, and I kind of knew that I wouldn't need the crampons and that I could have got away with the trail runners, but I just, better safe than sorry, so I went with the leather boots, and they were okay, and I didn't need the crampons. I did end up leaving them. I think I told you that in the video. I did end up leaving them at the foot of the third, so I didn't have to lug them all the way up and down, so that was kind of good. And everything else was kind of straightforward in terms of decision making. I did enjoy using the quilt, only used it 2 nights. It was enjoyable having it. I'll report back on that much later once I've used it extensively. And I don't think there was too much else to report on. It was warmer than expected, but that was overnight. That was okay though. I enjoyed having the bigger tent again. That was certainly really nice in the evenings. And yeah, all of the kit worked well, and it was all pretty much spot on for what I needed it for. Could have got away with the different footwear, as I say, but I kind of knew that, and that was okay. So yeah, a good trip. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.